Hello and welcome back to True Crime Guys Podcast special headlines and shenanigans episode. That means I get to pass the hosting duties over to Andy.
I feel like when we have headlines and shenanigans, we need to have almost like one of those old radio soundtracks, yeah, like it's like a sitcom kind of coming in or something, or like a game show.
What's up?
Like you should be coming out to somebody like you're like Jimmy Fallon or something.
That's just my podcast personality at the beginning. You know, I got to ease into every show, and that's just how I get into character.
But yeah, headlines and shenanigans is much less of a darker topic. You know, it's not like we're about to head into something real heavy for a little bit. So it's
like Bike Batman. Whew, that was heavy last week. So
listen, it was heavy on my vocal cords. All right.
Your Batman impersonations were spot on.
I just finished coughing up blood.
Some of that stuff was hilarious to hear Batman say.
It's what Batman really thinks about.
That's right.
It's the crimes he fights. It's the crimes he fights when the Joker's actually locked up for a few weeks.
That's right. Exactly.
Just really focuses on bike theft.
Yeah, that was our light crime for this month, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. It was something a little different. It's about Bike Batman, where you know he's a little less mysterious nowadays. There's some pictures of him out there now. Yeah. But I tend to lean more to favor the mystery. You know? Anybody could be Bike Batman. He could inspire somebody, and then his presence is greater. And boom, boom, boom. You know,
he's more than just a man. He's a symbol.
Exactly. A symbol of bike justice.
Exactly. It was. It was actually. It really was some poetic justice.
It was a fun episode. That's what I'm trying to say.
It was. It was very. If it was lighthearted, it was fun. Nobody got really hurt.
Exactly.
It was some nail biting moments in there. Even as he recounted some of those stories, he was like, "I didn't know what I was doing. But I just had to go through with it."
That's right. Balls of steel. Old Bike Batman. But anyways, we're gonna have another fun episode.
We're gonna have a little bit of a fun episode. We're gonna.
Oh, what does that mean? You got some serious shit or something?
Okay, guys. We're gonna talk about a little bit.
Tough segue. Here we go. Bumpy road.
Our headline this week is not exactly the most fun of a subject. We're gonna we'll do that.
You're
one
gonna bring
first.
us down.
Well, Michael, I'll give you an option. We got 3 topics we're gonna cover today. You want to do bad to good or kind of good bad good? You want to do like a little sandwich?
Yeah, let's do a sandwich.
Let's do a little bit of
squish that bad in the middle, and maybe we can forget about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a little bit of a follow-up then for our first story. This is not really good nor bad. This is just kind of a headline, but it's not bad.
Okay.
So remember a couple weeks ago we talked about good old Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and I mean a lot of people have over the past year.
Absolutely. Can never forget that.
You know, she's kind of in the media constantly, as she seems to be trying to be. Well, another new headline just popped today, Michael. I added this on the way here.
You must have.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard is pregnant.
Oh, shit.
Bum, bum, bum.
I kind of saw that coming, though.
I think everybody probably did.
Yeah.
But Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who served 8.5 years for helping to kill her abusive mother, announced Tuesday that she is set to become a mother herself. I mean, it's kind of
you know, do better than your parents.
I mean, yeah, we all strive.
We
to
all
be
aspire
better.
to do that. For her, that's pretty easy.
Your bar is set very low.
Very low. It's
you're basically limboing this.
That's the good news.
Blanchard shared the news on social media today that her and her ex-fiance, Ken Urker, are expecting their first child today.
Uh-oh, that's not good
because I don't know if you remember not too long ago, the recent guy she was with when she first got out of prison, her new fiance, or her husband, actually.
Yeah.
They're already divorced. So that didn't, so yeah.
Well, don't worry about him. So anyways, back to the first guy.
So now she's back with her ex-fiance, who she did get with while she was in prison. But apparently they broke it off in 2022. Her and Urker met and got engaged while she was in prison, but they split in 2022. So, you know, it was kind of a fling, but...
Oh, yeah. But I mean, gosh, he stuck with you while you were in prison.
I mean... You know. But they are both very excited, she said in a YouTube video. This was not planned at all. I'm not saying this. I'm just actually I'm reading this verbatim. I'm not gonna add any quotes.
Okay.
This was not planned at all. It was completely unexpected. But we're both very excited to take on this new journey of parenthood.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm definitely sure this wasn't planned at all. You person who has not left the public eye since she got out of prison. And this was the part right here in this story that really got me. And I think this will catch you too as a parent. And it's kind of one of the things that I feel like even the news reporter who had to deliver this was like, oh God, I wish you could talk to a real therapist. Suddenly, it's not about you, she said. It's not about anything other than the tiny little life that's inside you and that you are now in charge of protecting. And that little tiny life is a baby. and that little tiny human is yours. She added, and she got emotional, that you have to protect and that you have to love and you have to take care of, and all the things that I wished I could have had when I was little. Yeah, this doesn't seem like it's about you at all. When every single thing you listed about parenting was about you.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like something Gypsy Rose would say.
It's just this, like, almost just like I'm saying, just like a therapist would just be like clawing at their fucking ears hearing that. It's like, oh yeah, it's not about you at all, right? No, not about you. No. Oh God.
And your responsibility and this honor that's been bestowed upon you and nothing. No, it's definitely not about that.
Yeah, this definitely wasn't planned. Oh God.
Hate being in the spotlight.
But yeah, when that whole statement of just like, it's not about you anymore. It's about this baby that you have to protect and that you have to care for and that you have to love and do all the things that I wish I could have had when I was younger. And I mean, give that baby all the things that it deserves to have. It's just like, oh, you said the quiet part out loud there, Gypsy. Right. Like, you just kind of said all the parts out loud.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
So,
I mean, she's working through some shit, Andy.
She is.
Yeah, she's working through some shit.
She's working through some shit, and now she just wanted to make sure she was staying in that spotlight. Now she's got a new way to stay in that spotlight. That's just my personal opinion. But
yeah,
like I said, that whole statement as a parent, as a parent ourselves, I just kind of looked at that being like, "Ooh, yeah, I hope that attitude maybe changes a little bit one day when you actually see that baby."
Yeah.
You look at that baby and go, "Oh shit! Oh no, it is about you."
It just sounds like she's saying all the shit that people want to hear. You know what I mean? That's what's so disgusting about any Gypsy Rose interview. It's like you're just saying whatever you think that person wants to hear. Like, this is all bullshit. You're on autopilot.
Yeah. Who am I talking to? What can I say that makes me look in the best light? Or I can always, yeah. Like I said, we talked a lot about her, and we've kind of had our personal opinions about her. But this right here was kind of the first, this newest little update in her journey to be like, oh yeah, Gypsy, none of this is, it's not about you, is it, girl? It's not about you at all.
So that was the good one.
That's the medium one. That's that's the neither good nor bad. That is just a headline that happened today.
Okay, Andy.
So, but we got to. It's like I said.
I'll let that one slide. You said good, bad, good, but
it's like I said. It's kind of a neutral one.
Okay, so now we're going all the way bad.
We are going to go into our bad headline because I want to leave you with a good. I want to leave you with something fun.
Definitely.
I don't want to leave our listeners with something just bad.
No.
But the headline that
sounds awful.
A headline that has been kind of permeating some of the news cycles for a couple of days now. Mm-hmm. We're recording this after the 4th of July holiday, so we've had a few days to kind of relax and cut loose around here as well. But this has been kind of, it's been in my news cycles for a couple of days now, maybe a week or so.
Okay.
But there was a white West Virginia couple that is being accused of adopting black children and forcing them to work as slaves on their farm.
Holy shit.
This has actually been popped up several times around my news cycles, and I was just kind of thinking about this, and this is something that is just, it's one of those things that you're like, oh my God, yeah, that probably would still happen. You just don't actually imagine seeing the headline anymore.
Right.
But Janine Whitefeather, 62, and Donald Lance, 63, are accused and charged with human trafficking, child neglect, forced labor, and more after prosecutors allege they adopted 5 black children from a shelter to do forced labor and live in deplorable conditions on their farm.
Holy shit.
This was allowed to happen.
Seriously, that was my next question, because I know people who have gone through the adoption process, and that shit is thorough as a mofo.
Mm-hmm. I know people who have been my girlfriend was adopted.
I mean, but they could have faked it all, obviously, Andy.
The adoption process is a lot to go through a real adoption. Now, the fostering process, I could see maybe finding some more loopholes in a fostering care process of.
But were they fostering these kids?
It says they adopted them.
Well,
that's what the article. This is from Newsweek. So this says they adopted these kids. So I'm like, how did you guys do this?
That's a whole other form of evil right there.
Yeah, it's not like I said. This isn't.
Just think about how much they had to go through to get this shit approved.
I know exactly how much it does.
They had to do.
This is a full-on con scam, human trafficking scam. Like, that's what this is. This is a human trafficking scheme. But the children, ages 6 to 16, from a shelter for homeless and vulnerable youths, targeting them for forced labor specifically because of their race, according to the 16-count indictment being held against the two.
Jesus.
Whitefeather and Lance are being held at South Carolina Regional Jail in Kanawha County on a $500,000 bail, according to jail records, which they both pleaded not guilty to this month.
Wow.
But Kanawha County Sheriff's deputies said that they found the children in October during a welfare check at the couple's home in Sissonville. They said that they forced their way into a barn on the property where they found 2 children in a small room. So you're literally, this like here, when I started reading this article, it almost reminded me of like True Detective season 1, when Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson like kind of go to that little farm out in that little meth cooked little farm area.
Okay.
And they start finding actual children in like a meat cellar. But these guys, these cops went into the barn. This is the quote from the police. The children had no means to exit the barn on their own, no running water, no bathroom facilities, and were obviously deprived of adequate hygienic care and food, the sheriff's department said in a statement at the time. Said that they then found a small child locked inside the main home alone. The 2 children in the barn, ages 14 and 16, said that they had been locked inside for about 12 hours when they were found and were forced to sleep on the bare concrete floors. According to the indictment, court documents said that the children were dirty and had a strong body odor, and that the 14-year-old had open sores on his bare feet when they found them.
Wow.
So they literally walked into slaves' quarters. Like, this was deplorable conditions.
How did they find them?
So I'm getting to that right here. The neighbors also reported that children were being forced to perform farm labor and were not being permitted inside the residence. And I think that's what led to the police actually doing a welfare check.
Yeah.
So some neighbors finally reported, they're like, we keep seeing these children do a bunch of farm labor, and I think they're taking them to the barn at night. Like, it's like they're just putting them in the barn. So during the hearing, according to the Associated Press, Whitefeather's attorney, Mark Plant, said that there was a key inside the shed where the teens were found, and that there was just a plain and simple misunderstanding about what's going on here. Dude, it's like that's like Jigsaw saying, "Well, the key was in the person's stomach. I mean, it was in the room. Like, they could have got the key if they wanted it." It's like it's all about how much you want it, right? Like,
yeah.
So yeah, that's your.
It's like there's so much more going on here.
Yeah, if that's your justification, it's like, well, there was a key in the room. It's like, was that the only thing in the room though?
Right.
Yeah, it's like, this is like an escape room, bitch.
Man. It's hard to digest, but the reality of it is that some people are just straight up less evolved.
Yeah, it's like they really are.
For real.
And that statement is on the white people who think that this is like this is fine.
Of course.
Yeah, I know. I was not accusing you of that at all. I was thinking that statement could be misconstrued of like some people are just less evolved. It's like, yeah, the fucking people who did this are the less evolved people who are the ones who are like, well, yeah, why do you think this is wrong?
It's like, fucked up, man.
Oh, okay. Why don't you just go look at the flowers? Okay, Cletus, let's just go ahead.
Right.
It's like, if this is what you think is okay, I don't think there's fixing that, bud. I don't think that you...
And like I said, man, the hoops that they had to jump through to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Legally, right? Because the kids were there legally.
Yeah, that's the thing. They were legally there.
It's terrifying.
I have no idea how this could have actually how this could have done, or how this could have come to fruition after
Social
this long of a time.
Social services in damn West Virginia in that county.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it up in like freaking Appalachia or something?
Well, it's 2 different. I think they found them in South Carolina because the couple was in West Virginia and then they moved to South Carolina because this is how the story starts getting a little bit more involved.
Okay.
The couple are accused of abusing the children initially at their 80-acre ranch in Washington State and then in West Virginia, where they moved after learning they were being investigated, the Metro News reported. The couple first posted their combined $400,000 bail, but a judge ruled this month that the bail was too low and raised their bonds to $500,000 each, which I love when a judge can do that. Just like, fuck you, double it.
Yeah.
Just be like, nah, I don't like the way you looked at me. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes that's an abuse of power, and sometimes it's used on the right people.
Yeah, absolutely.
But prosecutors say they believe the couple paid the initial bond through money that they had made through human trafficking at their Washington and West Virginia homes, which they have since sold. We believe that the family lived at those 2 residences while they were committing the crimes that then turned the residence from property into contraband. Kanawha County Assistant Prosecuting Attorney then told NBC News, we said, Judge, we want you to hold on to the money until we have a chance to legitimize the claims. If we're right, then that money should actually go to the kids, not to the state.
Right,
like that should be actual, like, kind of restitution money or something like that.
Hell yeah.
But a trial date has been set for the couple as of today for September 9th of this year. So I think we're going to get a little bit more details coming out soon once that trial starts coming out, because this is just the initial reports and what they're being charged with. So once everything starts coming out in the trial, we will then be able to figure out, like, how did you guys go through this for
This is a much bigger story. I'm telling you, these people are just pogs. They just cogs in a machine, dude.
Oh yeah, these are just the ones who got caught.
Yeah, they're just cogs in a machine. There's a bigger picture here. No, I mean, there's still pieces of shit, but there's a bigger picture here.
Oh, absolutely.
In order to get this approved and
for
all
them
this.
for how long this had to be going on, because it's like, yeah, you didn't go. That's what I'm trying to think. It's like, this isn't like, pardon this, like the analogy. This isn't like an animal shelter. You don't go get kids by the litter. Okay, you don't go adopt a litter of kids at a time. Right. It's like, that's not something you do. Yes, you can adopt siblings. Sometimes you can adopt, like, a pair of siblings or even a trio of siblings. But it's like, you're not adopting fucking, what was it, 6 kids or something like that? Yes, ages the children 5 children from 6 to 16.
Yeah,
it's like, if those are all siblings, that's a pretty big family to adopt at one time.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's more people in on this.
So yeah, however long they've been adopting these children over time, it's like, that's got to be, it's like, where did this start? And how long have you been doing it? How many children have you adopted? Was there more than 5? Like, how many were there supposed to be under your care?
Right.
So yeah, there's going to be a lot more investigating going on, especially as the trial starts getting closer and closer. So hopefully we will have some follow-ups on this. But that was kind of the bigger headline that was going around right now, that shit like this still happens. And they will get caught for it finally.
And I hope so.
So, like I said, not the best headline.
No,
but
probably one of the worst we've ever had. Actually,
it's a harsh reality of the world that we still live in sometimes. But Michael, there's a new world dawning on us right now, and
thank God.
This is how we're going to end this episode, with a look into our future, or the future that we may never actually see.
Well, okay.
Ammunition vending machines have appeared in grocery stores, Michael.
You mean the flea market?
We are one step closer to Borderlands in the flesh, man.
Yes,
that's
sir.
all I saw these articles, and that's all I could think about, just like Borderlands ammo machines, just like, you want the stopping power? You buy it, Jacobs. Like, just all these little ammo vending machines and gun vending machines in the wasteland. Clever like that.
Yeah.
But vending machines stocked with ammunition have been installed in several grocery stores across the United States.
What states? Please tell me you have them.
Oh, I've got the states as of right now. Yes.
Yes, let's hear them.
But I'll get to there.
All right,
because they have a list as they go down.
Yeah.
But these machines are made by American Rounds and allow customers over the age of 21 to buy ammunition with the same ease as using an ATM. The company says. Our automated ammo dispensers are easily accessible 24/7, ensuring that you can buy ammunition on your own schedule, free from the constraints of store hours and long lines.
They're going to make a fortune. Even though there's going to be a line at the machine.
I mean, to an extent, yeah, but it's like, because everybody who's buying fucking ammo at 3 a.m. or at midnight probably is using it for the most well-intentioned of purposes.
Well, you might get the itch.
You might get, it's like
you might have watched a doomsday documentary and you're like, I need some more ammo.
Yeah, when you start,
you got to rush out.
Yeah, like Robinson, you start seeing just a line of people outside the ammo machine. They all just have really bloodshot, dilated pupils, being like, "They're coming, man! It's 2 a.m. I gotta get some rounds, man! I gotta get some rounds to barricade myself."
I'm telling you, them things will be sold out.
Oh, I can actually guarantee they will be. But the company says that their vending machines will have built-in AI technology, card scanning capability, and facial recognition software. The software can verify the buyer's identity and determine whether the machine matches the identification scanned, according to the American Rounds. So yeah, they're going to try and do like an ATM thing to an extent. It's like, yeah, put your card in and put your PIN number. But this time it's going to be like, put your ID in, and then it's going to be like do like a retinal scan type, like look at the thing and make sure it like matches up with the picture. So you better hope your fucking ID picture looks like you like in that day. Like, you better hope you don't have a hat on or anything like that.
I see what you're saying.
The first vending machine to be put in was at a Fresh Value grocery store in Pell City, Alabama. Good old Alabama.
Yeah, and that thing sold out 24/7.
I mean, it was either that or Texas. I was expecting, but the CEO of American Rounds, Grant Magers, it's Magers, so it could be Majors or Magers, told Newsweek that there are 8 machines installed in the process. there are 8 machines installed or in the process of being installed across 4 states. We have over 200 store requests so far for our AARM, Automated Ammo Retail Machines. Units covering approximately 9 states currently.
Nice.
AARM, yeah. But it was like they cover 9 states currently, and that number is growing daily. What we love about this concept is the AARM units use state-of-the-art ID scanners combined with facial recognition before a transaction can ever be made. Majors told the Oklahoma TV station that there will be no limitations on the amount of ammunition customers can purchase at a time, except when the machines run out of stock, of course.
Of course.
So you could literally just have your fucking uncle just walk up there and be like, yeah, I'll take 10,000 rounds of 9mm.
Like, scan the card.
It's like, fucking okay. It's going to be like a slot machine. They just start just pour it out like you just hit the jackpot. Just, gotta hold a bucket down under
bring
there.
Your own sack.
You gotta hold a 5-gallon bucket under like you're getting a coin star.
Right.
That would actually be a pretty fun ammo dispensing method. It just starts dumping out like it's a gumball machine. Or they like roll down.
Oh, they roll down the whole thing. You get one bullet at a time.
Rolls on like an old gumball.
Oh my God.
Like you said, you give me an ammo dispensing machine, but it's in like a claw machine. I gotta come down. Or just like a regular vending machine. I want to see like boxes of ammunition in like a I don't want G4 because I just want to see a box of just a box of 38s, just like thunk, just hit that glass and just watch some redneck just, God damn it, no, God damn, just shaking that machine.
Oh yeah, pulls out his gun, shoots the glass.
I'm supposed to be hunting this morning at 5 a.m. That's why I'm here at 3:45 for this vending machine.
Hey, that's a good. There you go, Andy. See, you just answered your own question. Who would be there?
You got to make sure those ammo vending machines have bulletproof glass because the first idiot's gonna walk up and be like, "So there's bullets in there? Like for this gun? Well, shit, this gun's got bullets in it." There's a bunch of free bullets in there. You mean?
Explodes the whole fucking machine.
That'd be actually it would actually be funny for them to make them bulletproof, but not advertise that they're bulletproof, just for idiot tweakers to actually accidentally shoot themselves.
Yeah, right.
Just to fucking Cybertruck themselves. Or just like not advertise that these are absolute bulletproof, like to withstand anything, and just have tweakers to start hitting them with rocks and shit. Just trying
I can't imagine what it would cost to make one of them things.
It's got to be pretty expensive, you would think, but one of the big things people were trying to figure out how is this legal or not. It's like, how can you justify some of these things?
What grocery stores it is? I can't imagine this shit in like a Piggly Wiggly, bro. Where is this
Actually,
thing?
I think this would be in a Piggly Wiggly for sure. To be,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like Piggly Wiggly shoppers actually might love that.
I'm just saying it would be a bit out of place.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's not
going to
be
go beside the Coinstar.
I don't think it's going to be like a Whole Foods. I think we're going to have to start seeing like some Food Lions, maybe. I could see a lot of Dollar Generals. I could see
there being like a little cubby somewhere up in where it's like a little recessed wall, and maybe you step in there and get your ammo.
I feel like it'd be like where like when you go to like a Harris Teeter and they got like the nice cigar section or something like that. I feel like it'd be like that.
Okay.
Like you gotta go get a clerk or something like that. I feel like that would at least be a better way.
It's a vending machine.
It is a vending machine, but it's like where the fancy stuff is or something like that. It's like where only adults should be, regardless. It's like,
and you got to get a clerk to escort you to the vending machine,
or it's just it's like right there next to customer service. So it's like you don't have to talk to the clerk.
Yeah,
but a clerk's usually there to like kind of look and be like, "Hey, you sure you're 21? You don't look 21. Can you come over here?"
Yeah. Hey, that's the camera's job.
I'm just saying, like, I feel like that might be the only like the proper space, just right there on the side. But I do wonder that my biggest concern too was it's like the people who are going to be using these vending machines, who are going to be going to get ammunition from a vending machine. Can you imagine those types of people really trusting and accepting facial recognition scans and scanning my ID and just being like, no, God, like if it just messes up one time, they have their hair combed differently and it's just like, nope, sale denied. Just seeing some angry redneck just lose their shit. It's like, you're telling me I can't get my ammunition? This goddamn Second Amendment. I got my right to do it. It's just like people are going to go, people are going to start shooting these machines. I absolutely believe that. So I hope they are bulletproof.
Or it totally backfires and all of those paranoid rednecks just think that they're trying to see who's buying ammo. No, if they see my face buying this ammo, they know I got it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Only cash only, baby.
I want to go to my. I want to go to my guy.
Yep.
I want to go to Bud.
Exactly.
Not Bud's pawn. Bud's good in ammo.
No, literally Bud. He lives down the corner.
Yeah.
Motherfucker got a whole arsenal.
Yeah, not. I mean, he's my Bud, but his name's Bud. I get my bullets from him. I don't ask where he gets them, but he gets them.
Also buy bud from him.
But I could definitely see that. I could see some actual like Second Amendment crazy people being like, "Wait a minute, it's gonna scan my face and my ID? No, man, no. I want to make sure I go to somebody I know and I trust, who's giving me ammunition. I trust. I don't trust those bullets in this. I don't trust those bullets. How do I know?
Man.
I can't even open the box before I see them and feel them. That could be a whole box of duds for all I know.
That's right.
So yeah, it's gonna be a weird little mix of people going in there.
It is. It's probably going to be mainly people who just want to buy bullets legit, though.
Yeah.
You know, for practice or who knows, law enforcement.
I hope it's not law enforcement. I hope they have their own.
Yeah, true.
True.
I mean, like for practice, for their own weapons. You know, law enforcement, they have tons of home weapons typically.
I would absolutely hate. Like, I understand defund the police, but I also don't want I don't want our cops being like, "All right, here's your issued gun. Got any bullets for it? Oh no, you."
There's a vending machine down there at the Piggly Wiggly.
That's it's coming out of your paycheck if you want to get bullets.
Right.
I mean, I might cut down on some shootings, absolutely. But
I think they're running a sale down there.
Yeah. Right. You come around down the food line, there's a vending machine around the corner.
Right.
But yeah, they said they will restock the machines like every 2 weeks or something like that, which is fine.
Yeah.
But there was actually the only thing they were worried about was the legality, and there was an email statement for Newsweek that said the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives said a federal license is not required to sell ammunition. However,
I'm buying
commercial, commercial sales of ammunition must comply with the state laws as well as any applicable federal laws. So if in your state there's any specific laws about ammunition, it's those have to apply. They have to fit those laws. Yeah. Could you just buy one for your fucking yard?
Well, I mean, there's this guy that sells ammunition at the flea market. He's got a legit store. I'm not even joking. He rents out this garage. It's basically a storage unit. It's a legit storage unit with an awning that comes over top of it. And the whole storage unit is stocked, floor to ceiling with shelves of ammunition. And there's tables all out. He's got every type of ammunition there is. Mm-hmm. And you can bet, man, it's all cash transactions, all under the table. He ain't got to report nothing.
Oh yeah, that's also the flea market too. Yeah, the flea market you can be like, "Hey, what kind of rounds you want? What kind of rounds you want? You want a gun to shoot them with?
That's
how much money you got?" Like I said, this is the flea market. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's the place to get it.
You want to make sure these bullets work? We can walk out back.
Oh, they work.
I got a gun for every round in here. You want to make sure this works? I got a gun for every round in here.
Oh, definitely.
So these are 50 caliber bullets.
Bolt action, baby.
You ever heard of a Barrett?
All right, man. Well, that was some pretty good headlines, I must say.
I hope so. Yeah,
it was. Obviously the modern day slavery and human trafficking. It's you'd have to be an idiot to not think that human trafficking is going on, but in that manner. You know what I'm saying? In such to kids too. It's every time you hear it, it's devastating.
Yeah,
it really is. It's to know what's going on and then to hear repeat cases and specifics. Totally different story.
And to think about it being in your own backyard, so to speak, right here, not too far from us.
They ran
West
to
Virginia,
South Carolina.
They
ran through North Carolina to get down there.
Yeah, there's no one way. You don't go around.
No, you don't go around.
Not through this beautiful country.
You took 85, bitch.
But yeah, it's there's no clean. Everybody thinks it's oh yeah, stuff like that happens, but it's in faraway lands or third world countries. It's nah, bitch, that still happens here. That still happens everywhere you think about.
In your state, in your town. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have to see once the trial starts coming out with these people to see what kind of actual scheme they were running and for how long. When did you start getting these kids and how'd you get them? But yeah, I'll see if there's a follow up for that come September time, but I don't want to look into it too much right now because it's really horrible.
Yeah, and also it'll be real interesting if nothing more comes out. Then you'll know.
Yeah,
that's some real powers that be right there. That's some scary shit. But we're not getting on that conspiracy stuff.
Nah, we got
not today. Not today. But all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this headlines and shenanigans. We'll be back next week with a regular TCG episode. As always, you can catch all of these free episodes on Patreon, usually a day early with no ads and usually some bonus content. I think in this episode we had 15 minutes.
There's usually some bonus
15,
content.
20 minutes of ridiculous conversation. Lots of shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm hardly ever ready when Michael turns on the record button.
No, it takes a minute. It's a warm-up session, right? But yeah, you can catch that warm-up session every week on Patreon, guys. And like I said, also you get to hear those episodes early and ad-free, and that goes for Strange and Unexplained as well. New episodes on Monday of Strange and Unexplained, and new episodes on Thursday of True Crime Guys. What else, Andy?
I don't think anything else, Michael. We got
Don't
forget
forget about Oh My Gaia. Guys,
Oh My Gaia is
check out
always
Oh
there.
My Gaia. All natural deodorant, fragrance, and beard oil company. They've been with us from the beginning. ohmygaia.com, ohmygaia.com. And because you're True Crime Guys listeners, you can use the code word CREEPER for 15% off your order. That's CREEPER for 15% off your order, guys. You will not regret it. Links to Oh My Gaia right below the description of this episode. Also, check out YouTube. We're still putting up YouTube videos, still putting up shorts occasionally, guys. Get on there, subscribe. It's a different side of True Crime, guys. We do Strange and Unexplained in video versions now. And Andy adds all types of slides and GIFs and pictures from the crime to kind of, pull it all together.
Yeah, it looks professional as shit. Come on.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, guys, go give us a follow or subscribe rather on YouTube. Give us a follow on social media at True Crime Guys wherever you're at. And yeah, pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe, leave a review if you can. And other than that, guys, I guess you just have to keep on creeping, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
All right, we're live.
We're live.
We're
doing it
freaking live.
Oh, make sure I get. What's the Wi-Fi password?
Do you really need it?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I haven't left this room in fucking years. I set the Wi-Fi password. It's butts. LOL.
Of course it is.
That was my fucking Wi-Fi password for decades.
Butts, LOL.
Butts. LOL. 0. And it's like, why? Because you'll never forget that. I'm like, well, God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
What's your Wi-Fi network? It's a good one. Oh, which one is it? It's the good one. It's just titled Gooden. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah. I remember when people used to name their Wi-Fi all kinds of funny stuff, like FBI surveillance van and stuff like that,
Pretty fly for a Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes
clever
they
names
can
like
be.
that. I don't bother anymore.
Well, around here, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Like,
no one's going to see my Wi-Fi.
The remoteness of where you live is just
Yeah.
your fucking Wi-Fi. It could literally just be
Mine
Michael's.
said just Spectrum 8.
Yeah. Just be mine, bitch. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, when you live in like a
There's no
nice
other
apartment
ones.
complex or something, it's fun to just see all the different ones everybody's named. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
which one's mine? Well, when someone comes over to your house, you don't want to be like, oh, well, mine is the AT&T 00423, not the 5G, but the.
Fair enough.
It's like you want to
Fair
tell all your
enough.
house guests. So
When I lived in an apartment, people weren't really jumping on each other's Wi-Fis. It really wasn't a thing then.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
Like I said,
it
I was in
was
college. It was a
before
little
then.
different.
Yeah.
That's when you got to see it all. And like I said, the college apartments, that was the nice ones. You just like, my Wi-Fi. You're like, I get it. Okay. You say it the Borat voice. It makes sense.
I get it.
You just spelled it weird.
Yeah.
But I miss those days sometimes. You got to see all your neighbors' creativity. That was kind of fun. I know you never got to live in like an apartment building, but like when you got to see like all of the people in the buildings like Wi-Fi names, and you didn't know who everybody was in the building,
Right,
And you just get to see all these Wi-Fi names. You're like, I wonder who's the fucking that is. And then you get to like you make a game of it. Like people watch people being like, oh, I bet that's pretty fly for a Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It just seems like pretty fly for a Wi-Fi. You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that's FBI. I bet that's FBI surveillance fan. That just
Definitely.
seems like It's
It's definitely his style.
like so you just start like just judging all your apartment mates, all your building guests or whatever. You're like, I wonder whose Wi-Fi is what. Get a little judge of their character. You can't see into their apartment, but I can see a little bit into their lives right there.
Right. That's what poor college kids did, right, Andy? That's how you stay busy.
Well, you got to keep yourself occupied sometimes.
I had the worst college experience. I really did. I was already married. I already had a kid. They wouldn't allow us on campus, not even in the married dorms. Had to live off campus, which took all our fucking money. Didn't get a meal card because guess what? We live off campus. Mm-hmm. Didn't get to use any of the cool stuff. Like the time I went to Western Carolina, and at the time they were building this amazing rec center with like a track that went around the whole second story, right? They had like basketball, rock climbing walls, just all the shit, all the fun shit. Couldn't use it. Couldn't go. Not unless I used a guest pass. I'm like, I'm a fucking student here.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember the same thing.
I'm still paying the same tuition as everybody. I was like, this is some bullshit.
I did the same thing, man. I was like, my second year, or it was like my first 2 years of college was kind of normal, but then I was like, moved in, married, had a baby. It was like lived off campus because we had to have an apartment, even though we lived in like.
But after 2 years of college,
I
think I'd want to move off campus.
Yeah, I did want to move like a little bit more off campus, but it's like even though we're living in student apartments, it's like we're gonna go out, we're gonna like go here. It's like, well, I don't want to use a meal plan, but it's like I don't live on campus, but like now everything's fucking expensive, but I don't want to bring this baby into the dining hall.
Yeah, dude, it was a weird experience. All my friends thought I had it made. Like, oh, I wish I had my own apartment. I'm like, dude, I am so poor. Like, dude, so seriously. I'm like, I'm eating rice.
Do you even know
what? That's all. Just rice, not as a side. It's just rice.
Do you even know what utilities are?
It's like he's over here stuffing his face with his third Chick-fil-A sandwich in 15 minutes. I'm like, yeah. I got it made.
Yeah, I see that. You gonna finish all those waffle fries? Oh, you are.
My friends
weren't
that.
Finish those waffle
my
fries.
friends weren't that detached, but it makes for a funny joke.
I went to Eastern.
Yeah, you went to the other
East
side.
Carolina.
We couldn't be further away.
It's Western Carolina or East Carolina. There's not Eastern. There was like, hold on. We gotta be like shorten that up a little bit.
Yeah, it's East Carolina.
But yeah, I remember I had a little Chick-fil-A on campus too, and like the fucking squirrels there just became like a mafia, and they were fearless. And
At the Chick-fil-A?
No, just on campus because there was so much food being dropped everywhere. People like there was like several different restaurants.
Because typically college kids are softer.
I mean, yeah,
they're like, oh, don't hurt the squirrels.
Look at the squirrels.
I'll put you on TikTok if you kick that squirrel. So that's what you get. You get squirrels. They get too big for their britches. Nobody smacks the squirrel.
But I swear to God, I watched one day. I remember I had the video. I don't have it anymore. But I watched a fucking squirrel dragging a Chick-fil-A sandwich still in the bag, like across like the fucking mall.
I would punt that squirrel, or it would let go of that bag.
I mean, it wasn't my chicken sandwich. I already had mine, but I was just like,
I don't care I'm getting that sandwich. I don't care. It's mine now.
I'd be afraid. Like,
listen, if you're afraid to stand up to the squirrel, it's my sandwich.
Some of those squirrels are pretty big. I'm just saying, like, I don't like things that can get like around me too quickly. Like I said, it's just I don't like things that are too out of my line of sight. So my biggest phobia is always I hate like the little ghost kids in movies and shit like that. I hate like the grudge kids, stuff like that. I don't like something that I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna look straight out and not see anything, but I'm gonna look down and that's where it's gonna be. I don't want that.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna run from you. Because it doesn't want any shit for real.
I don't know. You just stole its Chick-fil-A sandwich. Like I said, it thought it was about to feed its entire family for the winter.
It lives on a college campus. That thing eats like a king.
Yeah, it's about the size of a goddamn raccoon at this point. You got squirrels walking around like house cats.
just curled up on people's binders, taking a shit. Like, this is mine now.
They're just like slothing along campus. They look like a big dragon, just kind of just actually dragging their belly across campus. It's like, oh my God, look at the groundhogs. They're finally poking there. That's a squirrel. Holy shit. That thing is fat and brown. How did it...
Just rolling around on the sidewalk, slapping people's shoelaces as they walk by.
It's not brown. Oh my God, it's covered in barbecue sauce. That's not its fur. It's just naturally tinted hickory smoked now.
And grease.
What are they feeding these goddamn squirrels now? Like I said, college, early days of Facebook pages, and I do remember there was like the ECU Squirrels Facebook page where people were just literally posting pictures of squirrels doing like weird shit on campus. But yeah, they were like the size of actual house cats and shit.
Do you remember
what the fuck?
Do you remember the first time you heard of Facebook?
Yeah, I do actually remember it. I think so.
Who told you? Do you remember? Did somebody tell you or?
I remember somebody just saying the words like because we were talking. I think I was in class or I was like a youth group or something, and I remember somebody saying like, "Oh, I'll add you on Facebook." Yeah. And just being like, what? Is that like MySpace?
I bet you were like 11-ish.
No, I was,
weren't you?
No, I want to say I want to say like 14.
Oh, damn.
I want to say I was like going into high school maybe.
Yeah,
like
because when Facebook first came out, you would have been too young to really give a shit probably.
Yeah, because it started on college campuses. It didn't start getting into the younger, like the teens and stuff until a few years later. Yeah. Because I heard like some college kids mention it.
I want to say it started in like 04, 05. Does that sound right? You should look that up. When did Facebook come out? Because I know, because Jeremy told me, he came back from college and was showing me on his laptop. And he was like,
04.
Here's some of my friends in Facebook. Yeah, okay. So there you go. 04. So I'd have been 14. That's it. Because he would have just come back from college. And I remember him showing me that, and I was like, Facebook? I was like, this looks like lame MySpace. I was like, at least MySpace, you can pick a song. And he was like, no. He was like, this is going to be the future. He's like, this site is going to be moving forward. I remember him saying that, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, because it was something along the lines. It was like, because 2004 it was only at Harvard, and then it began to do other colleges in the area, and then in 2006 it opened up to anyone with a valid email address who was at least 13 years or older. So yeah, it wasn't until 2006 that we could even have Facebook as non-college campuses.
Yeah. See, I joined pretty early because of my cousin Jeremy. Yeah, because he was 5 years older than me. And like I said, when he told me about it. So I probably joined Facebook in like 07, honestly.
Yeah, probably about the same. I remember I had it probably like two or 3 years before I graduated high school. Yeah. So it was like, 07, 08 when I got my first Facebook.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, dates.
But I didn't like use it though.
I only used it basically as like adding people, as like almost like LinkedIn. It was kind of like adding people.
Yes,
just
exactly.
Like
it was like, I want to save this contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like MySpace because you weren't ranking anybody. There was nothing at stake here.
No.
I wasn't holding my friendships at stock.
That was a stupid part of MySpace, honestly. That started a lot of unnecessary drama.
I think that was one of the best parts of MySpace, honestly. I think it gave teenagers a weird little god complex for a little while, and it allowed them to process some of those emo feelings they were having.
Yeah, maybe.
At a time when they needed them.
To be passive aggressive on your own
my
computer.
My life sucks. The only thing I have control over is my MySpace top 8.
And my song.
Which
everyone mutes anyway. You bastards.
Nah, it's you got to find that right song. It's like as soon as they catch it, you got.
Now listen, I didn't mute everybody's song. There were some people I liked their taste in music.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would go to people's page back. I wonder what their song is now.
Mm-hmm. They would actually put like playlists on there sometimes, like 4 or 5 songs.
I wonder what they're listening to these days. Because I was one of those people that was always changing. I was always looking for new music. I still am. So I'm always putting a new song up there, whatever I'm feeling at the moment.
Oh yeah, my MySpace song changed on the fucking daily sometimes. It's like, what am I feeling today?
Exactly.
What song did I just hear? I'm gonna look this up right now.
Let's see, Buck Cherry,
Trapped, Papa Roach, Linkin Park,
yeah. Oh my God! All right, Andy, you ready to start this headlines?
Oh, we're not just doing shenanigans for a little while. Just doing straight shenanigans.
We already had 11 minutes of shenanigans.
Shenaniganator. Mm-hmm. I love that word from that Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs movie. You flit like wood or a shenaniganator.
I just love the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs movies.
I do too.
Dude, they are so underrated.
That fucking phrase, a shenaniganator. Like that sounds like a Brooklyn Nine-Nine term. So some Andy Samberg would have made up on Brooklyn Nine. Like, just like a shenaniganator.
Yeah, you know what I do. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, also an underrated sitcom.
Yeah, but to hear Mr. T just be like, you are a shenaniganator.
Flit like wood.
Flit like wood. I started using that for a while after I heard that. You're just a shenaniganator. I ain't got time for you and your shenanigans.
It's shenaniganator. I wonder if he made that up. I wonder if he ad-libbed that shit.
Mr. T. He probably just said, you're full of shenanigans, and he added, you know what you are? You a shenaniganator. They were like, that's not a word, T. And he was like, you question Mr. T? What if Mr. T went to Oxford and he put that word in the dictionary? Fool. Mr. Condescending director. God, that was the greatest World of Warcraft commercial of all time when that Mr. was like, I'm Mr. T, and I'm a night elf mohawk.
Yeah.
T, there's no such thing as a night elf mohawk. Well, what if Mr. T hacked the game and created a night elf mohawk? You ever think of that, Mr. Condescending director?
Oh my God.
It was like, that was fucking, made me want to buy that game. And the minute I saw that commercial, I was like, if Mr. T plays it and he can hack the game, I think I could probably do this.
Which one's yours? Yours is hot today.
I could be a night. I keep moving mine back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I could be a night elf mohawk. That commercial was so popular. I had to add that to the game.
I know, right?
People were throwing like bombs.
Did they?
Yeah, it was a mask you could wear. It was actually a class. It was like a mask people would wear and it would turn them into Mr. T's night elf mohawk.
That's still cool though.
Yeah, it was like when that commercial is so popular that people are like, no, I want that in the game, actually.
No, we need that in the game now.
I want to be a night elf mohawk.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's onto something.
That's right. All right. You ready?
Right.
We got to get on with the show before Adam busts up in here.
The show must go on.
Here we go. In 3, 2,